On December 16, 2024, Ronald Dumas Jr., a 37-year-old real estate agent from Huntsville, Alabama, and a devoted father of three, vanished under mysterious circumstances. He was last seen with a group of friends the night before, but his family didn't know who they were. The police in this case don't believe there is cause for alarm, but the family knows better, as they know Ronnie wouldn't just up and walk away from his children and family. We all know time is crucial when investigating missing persons cases. Is law enforcement just being lazy and don't care? Or are they right and there is no cause for alarm? I'm leaning more towards they just don't care. Hello strangers, welcome back to the Strange Bar and Grill. I'm your host, JP. Today we have a missing persons case, so make sure to share this to spread awareness. On the evening of December 15th, 2024, around 10 p.m., Ronald Dumas Jr. made his final known communication. Believed to be in Huntsville, Alabama at the time, he made a phone call to his ex-wife that would later become a crucial piece of the investigation. During this call, background sounds suggested he wasn't alone. Investigators would later note that it appeared he was in the company of others, though the identities of these individuals still remain unknown. Standing at 5'5" and weighing 165 pounds, Dumas was last seen wearing a distinctive outfit, a dark blue or black sweater paired with a peacock trench coat. Now this is where things get strange. The following morning, on December 16th, events took a concerning turn. Ronald's black 2021 Hyundai Palisade was discovered abandoned along Interstate 40 near mile marker 133, close to Camden, Tennessee. The Tennessee Highway Patrol, responding to reports of an abandoned vehicle, made the decision to impound it, unaware at the time of its connection to what would become a missing persons case. The same morning, just after 7 a.m., Dumas's phone location history placed him on Interstate 40 just outside Jackson, Tennessee, the last digital trace of his whereabouts. Camden, Tennessee is about an hour's drive to Jackson, Tennessee, so his car was found abandoned over an hour away from his last phone ping. Even after finding his abandoned vehicle and the known location of his last cell phone ping, Huntsville police still report that they have no evidence that Ronnie was or is in any danger. Family members have been vocal advocates for a more aggressive investigation. Ronald's ex-wife has publicly challenged the police department's assessment that there are no signs of foul play, stating emphatically, Ronnie doesn't walk away from family. That is not who he is. Something is wrong. This advocacy has helped maintain pressure on investigating agencies while keeping the case in the public eye. These statements from police would also prompt both Ronald's family and the broader community to take action, creating a grassroots movement dedicated to finding answers. This community response has manifested in several significant ways. His sister Deanna made the journey from Chicago to personally assist in the search, while other family members have organized multiple search parties throughout Middle Tennessee. These search efforts have been methodically planned to cover areas of interest, particularly focusing on the regions between Huntsville and the locations where his vehicle and phone were last detected. The family also established and gradually increased a reward fund, which now stands at $4,500 for information leading to Dumas's whereabouts. This financial incentive has been widely publicized in hopes of encouraging anyone with knowledge of the events of December 15th to come forward. The family also organized a powerful community candlelight vigil at Big Spring Park's Indian Creek Canal side on January 2nd, which served multiple purposes. Beyond honoring Dumas, it provided a space for collective hope and remembrance while raising public awareness about his disappearance. The vigil included prayers, moments of silence, and heartfelt reflections from those who know him best. highlighting the deep connection he has within the community. But with that, let's take a look at the timeline of events of how this investigation has progressed so far. On December 16th, in the early morning hours, Tennessee Highway Patrol received reports of an abandoned vehicle along Interstate 40. They located Dumas's black Palisade near mile marker 133 near Camden, Tennessee, and proceeded with standard protocol by impounding the vehicle. Just after 7 a.m., cellular data would later reveal that Dumas's phone was active on I-40 just outside of Jackson, Tennessee, a critical piece of information that would help establish his last known location. On December 17th, the case officially began, when Dumas was reported missing to the Huntsville Police Department. Detectives immediately attempted to establish contact through his known phone numbers, but both devices were already powered off. This marked the beginning of what would become an increasingly complex investigation. On December 18th, the case took on a new urgency when Tennessee Highway Patrol learned that the vehicle they had impounded was connected to a missing person. They responded by dispatching multiple state troopers to conduct an extensive ground search around mile marker 133, marking the first major coordinated search effort. On December 19th, Huntsville Police Department intensified their technological investigation, submitting formal requests to cellular service providers for detailed location history of Dumas's phones. This technical approach ran parallel to the physical search efforts, as investigators worked to piece together his movements in the critical hours after his last known contact. December 20th, the investigation expanded significantly on multiple fronts. The lead investigator from Huntsville traveled to Camden, Tennessee, to personally examine both the location where Dumas's vehicle was found and the vehicle itself. This hands-on approach was complemented by a major escalation in search resources as Tennessee Highway Patrol committed additional assets to the case, including deployment of state troopers for expanded ground searches, mobilization of helicopter support for aerial surveillance, assignment of 2 Tennessee Bureau of Investigation agents to assist with the case. These coordinated efforts represent a significant mobilization of law enforcement resources across state lines, though they have yet to yield definitive answers about Dumas's whereabouts. As the investigation continues, the Huntsville Police Department continues to maintain its position that there is no driving force that is leading them to believe that Dumas has been the victim of a crime. However, they acknowledge the circumstances of his disappearance as strange and continue to gather evidence. I think they need to get their heads out of their ass and take this serious.
His younger sister, who is based in Chicago, says she came to Huntsville to find answers about her missing brother. She's now back in Illinois, but tells Fox 54 that he isn't the type to just leave without saying a word, that she worries investigators aren't doing enough to find him.
So we're just like in a panic because we just feel like this is like time sensitive, and law enforcement is just not seeing it the way we're seeing it because we know him. And you got like, they're going off of, they say the evidence, but the evidence from what we're telling you to be facts about our brother, our family, is that he does not behave this way. They constantly tell me that they have no reason to believe that he's in danger, but we're telling you as his family that he is in danger.
But with that, let's move on to some theories. Now, in analyzing the disappearance of Ronald Dumas Jr., it's important to examine the evidence systematically and consider various possibilities that could explain the known facts. This analysis explores potential scenarios based on the established timeline and verified information. So before exploring some theories, let's establish the key verified facts that any scenario must account for. The last known voice contact was on December 15th at 10 p.m. during a phone call where others could be heard in the background. Fact number 2, the vehicle location. Found abandoned on I-40 near Camden, Tennessee. Number 3, last digital trace. Ronnie's phone signal was detected near Jackson, Tennessee on December 16th around 7 a.m. Number 4, personal context. Ronnie was known as a dedicated father of three with strong family ties. Number 5, Ronnie's professional background. He was a successful real estate agent and business owner. Number 6, he had no prior history of unexplained absences. So let's get into theory number 1. We'll call this scenario 1 a business-related incident. This scenario considers the possibility that Dumas's disappearance relates to his real estate work. The evidence supporting this theory includes real estate agents often meet with unknown clients. The location of his vehicle on I-40 could suggest a property showing or a business meeting in Tennessee. The timing, evening hours, aligns with when real estate agents sometimes meet clients who work during the day. However, this theory has some challenges. There were no known business appointments that were scheduled for Ronnie. The distance from Huntsville to the vehicle's location is substantial for a routine showing. December 15th was a Friday evening, an unusual time for business meetings. So with that, let's move on to theory number 2, and we'll call this one the personal meeting gone wrong. This scenario examines the possibility that Dumas was meeting someone for personal reasons. Supporting evidence includes the phone call indicating he was with others. The time of day, it was at 10 p.m., so that suggests a social rather than a professional encounter. The location could indicate a planned meeting point. Some aspects that challenge this theory are no known associates have come forward about a planned meeting. The distance from Huntsville is significant for a casual meeting. His family indicates his behavior would be out of character. And now for the third scenario, this would be something similar to like a third-party involvement. So this scenario would align more with what the family's concerns are with, potential foul play. Some supporting factors include the abandoned vehicle's location far from home, the timing and sequence of events, the sudden cease of phone activity, the fact that none of the people he was last with have actually came forward. However, investigators note there was no signs of struggle that have been reported. The vehicle was found intact. There was no evidence of forced movement that have been discovered. And I could not find reports of this, but I wonder if the vehicle was in working order. Could his vehicle have broken down and he had to hitchhike or flag someone down for help? But why would he do that? He's a successful real estate agent. I'm sure he has insurance. I'm sure he has roadside assistance and all of those things set up. And was roadside assistance contacted at all during this time frame? That'll give a little more information as to what happened out there on the road. And for scenario 4, it's possible maybe he had a medical or personal emergency. This theory considers the possibility of an unexpected medical or personal crisis. Some of the supporting elements are the vehicle's location could indicate he pulled over during a medical emergency or a car emergency like I stated earlier. The phone's movement could suggest seeking assistance and the sudden nature of the disappearance. Challenges to this theory include no hospitals in the area reported contact. The distance from Huntsville remains unexplained. No evidence of medical distress was found in the vehicle. The last and final theory would be a voluntary departure. Maybe he wanted to go missing. I don't believe this is the case at all. The family does not believe this is the case at all. It just does not feel like something Ronald would do according to the family. Now, law enforcement, this is what they believe. This is what they suggest. And some of the supporting elements include the deliberate movement away from Huntsville, the phones being turned off, no signs of immediate distress. But the argument against that is Ronald's strong family ties and responsibilities. There was no known preparations for this departure. There's no financial activity suggesting planned departure. His role as a dedicated father makes this uncharacteristic of him. So, my opinion, that theory is highly unlikely. Now, given those theories, there's still several key questions that remain unanswered. Who were the people heard in the background of his last phone call? Why was he traveling north on I-40? And what prompted the complete cutoff of phone activity? Why has no one from the December 15th gathering come forward? What was his intended destination, if any? The timeline of events seems to span between his last contact of 10 p.m. and his last phone signal of 7 a.m. So that's approximately 9 hours of crucial unexplained time. The movement suggests continuous travel during overnight hours, which is a little strange. Was he traveling alone? Did someone force him in the vehicle and make him drive north? Because he started out in Huntsville, Alabama, the vehicle was found near Camden, Tennessee, and then there was a last phone signal near Jackson, Tennessee. That's a pretty linear path northward. Was he forced to drive this way? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with some of these theories. While multiple scenarios could explain aspects of Ronald Dumas Jr.'s disappearance, no single theory perfectly accounts for all the evidence. The case continues to warrant serious investigation, particularly regarding the critical period between his last known contact and the discovery of his vehicle. The family's concerns about foul play deserve continued attention, given the uncharacteristic nature of his disappearance and the lack of explanation for his presence so far from home. Anyone with information about Ronald Dumas Jr.'s whereabouts is urged to contact the Huntsville Police Department. The case remains active, with his family and community hoping for answers about his disappearance.